In Isaiah chapter 11 and also in 2nd Nephi chapter 21, there's this prophecy from Isaiah. And I'm going to start in verse 9. It says, "They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea." And then I'm going to jump down here to verse 11 and 12. "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left, from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth." So I read these verses as the church's project. This is the goal of the church, is to bring about a world that is full of knowledge of the Lord, and to assemble the outcasts of Israel wherever they may be. And that means God's covenant people. To bring God's covenant people into a single organization, so that God can bring about the millennium. And that's the church's part. That's all that it's trying to do. And so it's trying to make sure that the people in it are God's covenant people. It's trying to make sure that the people who join it are God's covenant people, and it's trying to find people who are willing to be God's covenant people, people willing to make promises with God and to follow God, and he wants to create an organization, a social organization, which would be the church, comprised of these people. And so that's the church's project. That's what the church is.